this is Bino. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I wanted to do is talk about a climbing hitch called the Schwabisch. And I'll do it with two different lengths, a 24 and a 30 inch. It's one of the knots that the International Society of Arboriculture will allow you to use for their tree climber specialist test. All right, let's get to it. So first I'm going to tie it with the 30 inch cord, and I'm going to start from the bottom, working my way upward. So what I'm going to do is I'll have the hitch cord on my side of the rope, and then I'm going to go one wrap under it, and then I'll start going upward. I'll cross it, I'll go upward, and then I'm going to go across, and I'm going to wrap downward in the same direction the first one is. So this is going to be the first one upward. That's one. Then here's two. And here's a third. And then I'll give it a fourth. And the last one will be the fourth wrap. This is going to be a 5 wrap hitch. So I got to line them up. So I got to have the legs match up. Let's see here. I'm going to wrap this one. Okay. Okay. There we go. So now the legs are matched. I'm going to manipulate it so it's tight. You can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4 wraps. The fifth is the bottom. That's where I started up. This is what it looks like. You'll see two legs going one direction, almost like a prusik, except for it's off-center prusik. This is what it looks like in the front, and this is what it looks like in the back. And then what you'd want to do is get your carabiner and your pulley. And what I do is I'll put one leg on either side of the pulley and connect it in that way. Okay, and then I'll connect this here real quick. Just give it a real quick test. Okay, you want to test it out, make sure it holds. All right, so see, and it holds my weight. Now, after I put my weight on it, I'll move forward in, and it still holds the weight. So that's the 5 wrap Schwabisch with a 30 inch cord. Okay, so now I'll tie the Schwabisch with a 24 inch cord, and I'm going to go from the top down. So to do that, what I'll do is I'll put the rope behind the line, and now I'll start making my wraps downward. Let me see, yeah, downward. So I'll go 1, 2. When I get to the third one, now what I'm going to do is I'll cross the top one, I'll bring it down, and then I'll bring this piece around and feed it right back through in the same direction as the top piece. And so what I should end up with is a nice looking Schwabisch, except for I got to manipulate the line. Here we go. All right, there we go. Now that I've got it the way it should look, now what I'm going to do is I'll get the pulley. I'll get the pulley. I'll put it on the line, and I'll do the same thing. I like to separate the eyes, one eye on each side of the pulley. Oops. All right, now that I got it tied right, I'm going to test it out. So I'm going to grab it, put it on my belt. All right, test it out. It worked. All right, so now there we go. All right, now that I've got it all tied up, I'm going to start going up the tree. So I will do one of those real quick on rope rests. like I already did. All right, now I'm going to start to proceed up the tree. So this is a little bit kind of sticky compared to some of the other knots, but I think it's the cord. I did notice with the 30-inch cord, this Schwabisch really acts a lot different. It's a little bit more free, almost in the same way the distal was. The Schwabisch is also a lot more movable with the 30-inch cord. There you go. So now that I got into the canopy, I wanted to show you the short legs on this 24-inch cord and the Schwabisch. So same thing as the distal when I did it. There's very little setback, so it's kind of nice. And when I walk around, it's really simple to just, if I take a step back, it can move pretty easily. Now I got to say that the other cord, the 30-inch cord, it really moves a lot different than this. This one's a little bit more tight and kind of hangs up a little on the way down. It actually moves pretty good upward. It really tends pretty freely. But that long cord, it really acts a lot different. I would say almost close to what a VT does. It's still a little bit more stickier, but it kind of moves a lot more free than if you do a 24-inch cord. So now what I'll do is I'll go down to that limb and I'll just do a little walk with this to see how it goes. Alrighty, so it's kind of nice, and the same kind of thing, how it always, well, you'll notice where the line points kind of upward. You want to grab that part with a couple fingers and pull down, and then you try to not put your palm, not to put your palm on the bottom of it, because if you have gloves on, it can really hook your gloves up. So walk out a little. It is a lot more stickier, and maybe even close to what the distal is, as in stickiness, when you're descending. But when it comes in, it's pretty free. So yeah, it's really easy to ascend, but the descending part is kind of sticky. But like, so now when you're walking in, it's pretty easy to come back. But now I'll descend down and see how that goes. So the two fingers, and I'll pull the line. Actually, yeah, it's a lot more sticky on my full weight coming down. It's pretty much feeling like the distal. Yeah, getting kind of hot. There. Yeah, it was a lot different using the 30-inch cord. It's a lot more free when you decide to descend and you have your full body weight. Other than that, this one was working great, like moving around the tree. But I think like that 30-inch is a lot more free, even on coming down. It's a little bit better. Okay, so what I thought I would do is just show the 30-inch on a descent. So got my weight on it, and now what I'm going to do is just pull the line. See, it's a lot more free moving compared to the 24-inch. It moves pretty quick, and then when you, well, kind of tightened up a little bit. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, it does act a lot more different. Well, there you go, 30-inch. That was a Schwabisch, and using a 30-inch cord and a 24-inch cord. Yeah, there are some differences, and you know, there'll always be differences depending on diameter of rope you use and diameter of cord and even material that you use. I found that the Schwabisch on a 30-inch cord was a lot more movable on the tree and even on a descent and a ascent, but when I did the long descent downward, it kind of froze up a little bit more. It made it a lot more sticky, whereas, you know, in the VT, it was always free moving all the time. But it does move a lot more fluid than using a 24-inch cord. Personally, if I had to use a knot, I would use the 24-inch just because I like short legs. Yeah, there you go. Well, I hope you liked the video. Remember that anytime you're going to do something new, always do it low and slow, especially on new techniques and if you're going to be off the ground. Well, comment, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you like what we do. And also, if you got friends that like this kind of thing, share our videos. All right, take care.